So in this video, I'm going to take you around a bit of Ho Chi Minh City and show you how to navigate the chaos of the streets here. Now we have a lesson option on the website, driving in Vietnamese traffic. This is basically what that is. One of our staff will take you around Ho Chi Minh slowly. You can follow them, they'll explain the rules, how it works here, just to get you comfortable with how different it is. So the first thing you need to know here is that the road speeds are unbelievably slow. In fact, throughout the country, in nearly every single road, the maximum speed is 50 kilometers an hour. Most locals drive it around at about 30 kilometers an hour. So the driving here is absolutely terrible. People do U-turns in the road without looking, they join the road onto intersections without looking, they drive the wrong way up the street without looking. This is all very, very normal. But what is not normal here is driving along at 100 kilometers an hour, speeding very, very quickly. So what happens in crashes in Vietnam is the foreigner will be like, the local did a U-turn in the middle of a road. Well, that's actually normal. What's not normal is you going at 100k. You're the one who made a mistake, not the local. So it's a complete mindset change that you have to get your head around. So just briefly, we're going to talk about the horn. Everyone thinks you need a horn in Vietnam, but my take on this is that we all know the human ears are not very accurate at figuring out where stuff is. So if you're relying on the horn, you're relying on other people's ears to know where you are. So the way you should do it is just give people lots and lots of space and don't do an overtaking maneuver unless you're really comfortable that they know that you're there. So I drive in Vietnam just like I drive back home as a polite British guy. I never ever use the horn, and I certainly won't rely on someone else's ears to determine where I am. So if we look at this group of people here, I'm going to overtake them in a minute. Actually, first of all, we'll prepare for this roundabout. So first thing we're going to do once again is find a car and sit behind it. Now you can have traffic coming at you from all directions. Let's see what happens here. Just stay behind it. I'm keeping the car on my left to block anyone being stupid coming the wrong way around the roundabout. So just sit on the right hand side of the car. These guys are coming, but they're not near me. And once again, I probably make that look so easy, but that's because I'm using the car as a blockade, okay? All right, so this is a great road for proving how to overtake. First, I need someone to overtake. So I think one of the issues I'm having, even whilst making this video, I'm going faster than most of the locals. That's how slowly they are driving, okay? And it's probably what you should do as well. All right, let's try and overtake some people. So nice and wide, giving him all the space in the road. He's a car driver, so he's unlikely to, but he could U-turn in the middle of the road randomly. That's what happens here. This person's coming across here, but I've got plenty of space. Give these guys lots of space to my left. This guy could do anything right now. Lots of space, lots of space. Okay, so I've got this guy on my right and straight in front of me. I'm going to give him so much space. If he does something stupid, he's not going to hit me. Okay, I don't need a horn for that. And then I'll connect back into the road. This is the difference. Don't trust other people in this country. They'll do anything whenever they like. And it's normal. We work around it. So I got a lady here. You'll see Vietnamese only look forwards. They never look left, they never look right. They drive slowly. So what you want to do is take their idea of slow driving, but add in the lefts and the rights. Look, look, look. Okay, so we got a really fun section here. One of the busiest roundabouts on my school runs in the morning. We got a car doing something slightly random here, so we're just going to slow down and wait, see what's up. And once again, he actually just cleared the way for me there without me even realizing it. So this is one of those sorts of roundabouts where you can sit and panic, oh no, but everyone's just gonna go around me. Sit on the back right of the car, and this is gonna look so easy. So obviously if you're comfortable, you can follow the locals around the edge, but if you're not, it's Just let this guy clear the way. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, and we're good, just like that. So once again, I'm looking at my clock now, I'm going 30k, and it's the same speed, if not faster, than the people around me, okay? So here we got people going right, we got people going left, we got stuff going all over the place. So I'm just going to create myself some space. I'm not having to beep at people, I'm not having to trust people, I'm just going to create myself some space. Car cutting across me here, I'll be patient, I'll just sit behind it. But again, you have so much time because you're going so slowly to think, what is my plan? It's like a game of chess. What am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? Now your work, like one of the biggest differences I find, you know, from driving around in Vietnam to suddenly going home to the UK, is when I'm back in the UK, I'm like, oh, hang on a second, I only need to focus on half the road, everything to my right in this case, because stuff doesn't happen on the wrong side of a road there. Everyone, it's all safe, it's blocked off. But in Vietnam, your workload is double, if not triple, because you're having to scan left, right for absolutely everything on all surfaces around you. So either you got to be extra focused, or you just got to lower your speeds. Okay? This guy again, he doesn't know that I'm blasting up his left side. He's not checking his mirrors. I'm going to give him space for my overtake. Space, space, space. Same for this guy. So this dude is indicating wrong. It's a good signal they're not concentrating properly. So I have a choice. I can either sit behind him until I feel really, really comfortable in the space of my overtake, but I'm not going to do anything until I'm completely comfortable that my overtake, if he does something stupid, I can deal with his mess up whilst I'm overtaking, okay? So you'll see, he could turn left anytime, no joke, not without looking. Go so wide, and I'll overtake. I call it the Vietnamese U Turn. It's the U Turn without looking. It's so common here, especially in countryside locations. So here, these sorts of cars parked up, they could be motorbikes, doesn't matter, but anyone can jump out from behind a car without looking. Dogs, chickens, cats, even water buffalo, children, very common. You give it space, okay? Lots and lots of space. You get that back home, even driving around the UK, but here it's very common. People don't look. Because again, they're just not expecting something going above 30 kilometers an hour, even in the countryside. Loads of space for her. So I'm gonna do undertaking back in the west. This is a no-no. And it's failed because this guy is going too slowly. I'm not going to risk undertaking him because he's not concentrating. So I just give up on my overtake, that's fine. Undertaking is normal in Vietnam because of the way the car lanes and motorbike lanes are supposed to be separate. For me personally, I struggle to deal with the concept of undertaking. I think it's really dangerous and I don't do it. But locals will undertake just as much as they overtake, if that makes any sense. In fact, on a lot of roads here, it's illegal to overtake because you're not allowed to go in the car lanes. So undertaking is, technically speaking, legally all you can do, though I consider it dangerous. So a local would take the line on the right. For me, I would actually take the line on the left. I would just burn around the outside. It's very rare to see a local do something like that. Okay, I'll take a right here. Got people coming up the wrong side of the road. Normal, normal. This guy just cut that corner, normal. I'm going at the speed where I can deal with it. This guy's arranging his pockets still, normal. His mirror's pointed in the wrong direction. He absolutely has no idea that I'm here. So, a left turn. Looking everywhere, right, left, and you basically just walk it, walking it out. Okay. Slow, consistent lines is the key. Nothing unpredictable, nothing quick. Wrong side of the road, normal. I'm going slow enough to deal with it. Nice wide breadth for this guy. You see how close that idiot just went? That is a no-no. If the blue guy made a mistake, they would have collided. You don't do that. That was bad driving from him. Mistakes are normal. You don't trust people. Don't go close like that. So she's undertaking, that's what I was saying. I might be forced to undertake. If I was driving normally, I would have overtaken there, but I'll just leave my camera crew behind doing that. So I'll try the undertake. Now you should be expecting something like this for someone to be coming the wrong side of the road. And you get locked into each other, be careful of that. But again, you get the speed where you can deal with it, where if it happens. That's a common cause for crashes. You get jammed on the side of a road by a car. Again, you don't put yourself in that position unless you can see your bailout option. Patience. Okay, we'll take a right here, past another international school in a minute. So these sorts of curbs, often people come around them the wrong way. Nice wide corner to allow someone burning up the inside to burn up the inside. I don't want a head-on collision with that kind of thing. You can see how much I'm thinking about what other people can do wrong, which is normal. And allowing myself space and time to deal with everyone else's mistakes. And that's the way it works here, 30K. As you get very comfortable with where everyone cuts corners, where everyone makes mistakes, you can start to pick up your speed. But until you understand those angles, those lines, those mistakes, you gotta keep it slow. So again, I will overtake here. That's pretty unusual. Most locals will do exactly what she's doing and undertake this way, okay? Just trying to give you an example of both styles. I think the way you do it is if you're a very confident driver, you'll be overtaking. If you're a newbie, you can just nice and slowly undertake with the locals, okay? So he's indicating right. It can mean pretty much anything at this point. What it means to me is just be patient. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so this is a really horrible left turn. It's one of my least favorite. It always gets me. So once again, I'm going to sit on the back right of this car and just allow him to bulldoze through the traffic for me. This doesn't have to be a car. It can be a sort of shoal fish of motorbikes as well. Okay, I found myself in the middle of a road, but it's okay. Don't panic. Everyone's just going to go around me, and I'll slot in behind this Volvo. Don't panic. If I put the accelerator down there to try and get myself out in the middle of the road, I would have alarmed people, done something that's not normal. Sitting in the middle of a road, looking a bit lost, that's normal. Fine, everyone can deal with that. I have actually got lost, so I need to take a left here. Got lost on my school run because I'm talking too much. Left. So this is, if you're completely new, the situation you want to avoid where you're at the front because you don't know what to do. He's braking a red light or thinking about braking the red light. If he doesn't, then I'm going to use him to clear the path for me, just like a car. In fact, I'm going to use both of them. Again, just sit on the back right of them. Okay, so it's one of these traffic lights where everything's happening at the same time. Look how slowly I'm driving. Don't panic. Normal. How crazy is that? Now, I would call that a mistake from me because I allow myself to be in a position where I'm relying on other people not to crash into me, and I was a sitting duck. Although I didn't break the traffic light, that's where I found myself. If I was doing a good job, I should have waited for a bigger shoal of motorbikes or a car to clear it. And I wouldn't take someone, a tourist, on an angle like that. That was a mistake from me. Not because I broke the law, I did it correctly. The traffic lights here don't make any sense. But because I put myself at risk and in a situation I couldn't escape from if someone else made a mistake. So I've been driving here for 12 years or more and I've never crashed. There's a reason for that. Don't trust anybody. Okay, so as we open up onto this bridge, I'm going to talk a little bit about advanced riding. So because the riding talent here is not the greatest, let's leave it at that, you want to have other people's mistakes happen in front of you. As hopefully the better driver, if the mistake happens in front of you, you can deal with it, react to it. However, if someone behind you makes a mistake, you can't see it. So you're at risk of their driving skill level. So when you get comfortable here, it is actually safer to drive faster than the average speed of traffic. You want as many mistakes to happen in front of you and not behind you. But you only do that when you are very, very comfortable. So driving at this speed, I actually feel like a sitting duck. There's stuff happening behind me that I can't see. I don't like it. I'm not comfortable with it. Normally, I would be at a pace where I am not having people coming in behind me. As I say, that's advanced stuff. Maybe a tourist should never do it. But if any of these people make mistakes, I'm confident enough in my driving ability and the traction at the moment to be at a complete halt within 1.5 bikes distance. So that's the distance I'll give these people. 1.5 bikes of braking distance. If it being wet, slippery, and I knew my braking distance was lower, I would give them more space. So you need to really think about your driving and how quickly you can get your bike to a complete stop. And then you make sure, absolutely sure, that you have that distance between you and the person in front at all times. These are stuff we learn in cars. It's 1.5 cars to 2 cars. On a little scooter like this, I can stop this bike so fast, 1.5 bikes at any given time. And I won't put myself in a position where I'm going to collide into someone's back if they make a mistake. I just won't let that happen. So drive within your limits is the point of the story. And if your limits are faster than the average speed, then that's good for you. If they're not, then just join the shoal of fish. Okay, so we're going to join a nice pile of bikes here. That guy did a good job. Lots of space for me. I didn't have to worry about him at all. Good driving. Okay, so we got cars coming from all directions. We're going to slow right down here. So this is a road, pretty normal, where you'll have a motorbike lane and a car lane. These motorbikes technically shouldn't be in there, but it's nice when it splits like this. Okay, so I'm just going to join the back of this big pile of fish here. We haven't done much fish driving in this lesson so far, so let's try and get some shots of that. Again, just even though there's a lot of bikes around, I'm trying to create myself space. I'm making sure I'm not too close to the people in front of me. Or if they make a mistake, I have time to deal with it. And if I'm going to overtake, I'll give them loads of space. Don't need a horn for that. Okay, so we got a left turn here. I've got myself out of position a bit. I don't have a car to save me. I'm just going real slow until I get a car. Okay, cool. Sit on his back right. I got myself out of position because I wasn't concentrating. So we'll see, we got people coming from my right, but the car's doing its job, making it look too easy. We'll find a car, we're going to go straight. Now, something to keep in mind is that motorbikes can always turn right, even at red traffic lights. We are coming up to one of the scariest crossroads in Saigon, in my eyes, where you just have bikes going all over the place. Just because you got a green light does not mean that your road is clear, okay? I want to show you the angles that people in oncoming traffic take. So I was going to join the shoal of fish ahead of the cars, because I want to capture that. And you will see oncoming traffic will turn across us. It's super weird. Makes no sense to me, but we have to deal with that. It's just the way it is here. The traffic lights don't sync up properly, in my eyes. There we go. It's all part of the game. But yeah, this intersection, again, just slow. If you get yourself in a mess, you just stop. It's okay. I tell you, both bikes and cars, locals, they get themselves in messes on these intersections all the time as well. It's not just for tourists, especially car drivers, because the roads make no sense. All right, so these guys are probably going right. I don't know. I need to burn around the front of this car. Okay, watch this. So these guys here are going to come in front of me. Now, I should try and stick with these guys. Luckily, no one was aggressive there, but they can be, and that's okay. Stick with the shoal. Is it shoal of fish? I hope so, otherwise it's... Okay, we're just gonna go do one more massive intersection. So she could cut in front of me, but he didn't. But I was ready for it. If he decided to cut that corner, I was good. This guy's gonna cut in front of me, see that? Yeah. But I saw him from a mile away. I saw his head position, his body position. He didn't give me enough space. He drove like an idiot. But I was ready for it. Oh, a crew with even better cameras than me. But again, to be fair to that guy, I mean, how fast were we going? We were going 20K, right? If I'm doing my job properly in terms of driving in Vietnam, I'm looking everywhere. Going slowly, so he was able to drive like an idiot. And no one got... So who's going first, me or you? Let them go first. We don't know, there's no rule there. But again, ready for it. So was he. I saw him hit his brakes pretty hard. We both had it under control. So here we are at the front of the pack. Another crazy traffic light. Okay. One of my favorites. Makes no sense again. So you're going left. You're looking at your phone. So I am at the front of the pack. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to chill. I said don't block the right-hand lane, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to allow someone to go ahead of me. I could have even just reversed my bike to sit behind someone if I'd wanted to. Okay, this Grab driver on my left looks like a good target to follow. All right, let's slowly pull out. Nice. Okay, do the work, guys. Thank you. See? That's how you do it. So here, I'm going to show you just how little people care when you do weird stuff in this country. So I'm going to join back up onto this road. A good line would be sort of down the side, pick up a bit of speed and connect up, right? That would be a good line. But what I'm going to do is a bad line, and I'm just going to walk into the middle of the road. And you'll see that nobody cares. Watch this. I want to get some bikes, not cars, just to prove a point. As long as it's slow, as long as it's consistent, everybody's just going to go around me, okay? No one is batted an eyelid to my slightly peculiar driving here. Okay, and we go. Crazy, right? That's how chill it is here, and the power of slow and consistent lines. It doesn't matter how weird what you just did is, it's okay if it's done slowly. I'm going to do the same again here. I'm going to do a really, really peculiar U-turn here. I'm going to go so wide for no real reason. I'm just trying to get some traffic. I want to see some traffic just to show you how well people deal with my weird driving here. Okay, here we go. We've got some people. And that's it. I mean, I could not have done that in any more weird way, but it's okay. Not a single person beeped at me. So the point of the story is relax. Slow, consistent lines. No sudden movements. In fact, just to really hammer this point home, I'm going to walk around this roundabout. I'm going to walk it. Watch this. To be fair, it's not particularly busy, but I suppose that makes it even more weird. literally walking pace here. Got cars coming from my right, and I'm going so slowly that they must, well, I'm still not even getting, I'm going as slowly as I can, I'm still keeping up with the locals. So, yeah, okay. It's just, that's how slow it is. So, have you seen me use my horn yet? Nice and wide. Nice and wide. Okay, last intersection for the day. Okay, what we got? We're going to follow this arm move going. See those guys coming up the wrong way? Normal. Give them space. Don't sit on the curb too much. You'll see locals will cut these corners here. He's doing it right there, actually. So you give a really wide berth around these corners to allow space for someone driving up the wrong side of the road. Space to do that thing, right? So this happens in the countryside as well. You just give lots and lots of space to the person driving up the wrong side of the road. Normal. Okay, so the objective of this little lesson is to get you comfortable with how slow the traffic is here, and within 5 minutes, most people, it just clicks in their head like, oh, okay, it looks crazy, but it's very, very manageable. And we want to get you comfortable with just how manageable it is. But what we're not doing is giving you a lesson on how to drive a motorbike. We feel you should probably be able to do that from home, okay? But we will give you some space in this quiet area, and we will give you a rundown to get familiar with your newfound friend, your motorbike. Okay, so that's it. That's it from me. Back at Tigit Motorbikes.